Black soldier, I a trip. Black soldier, I a trip. Black soldier, I a trip.
Sucker on the beat.
It's the me. 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 White flame. 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 White flame.
Beat the way. 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 Beat the way.
Hello, everybody. There we go. You know me, unmuting my mic and forgetting. Let's see who's in the chat today. Actually, I want to give a shout out to Bufo. He said he checked his email today and saw that a big independent artist finished some songs that he's going to drop. And I see that you said that you could potentially even earn a plaque off these singles. So big congratulations to Bufo, who's always in the chat learning. And I'm sure that your tenacity and your hard work has translated into what's coming for you. So congrats. Cloud9, what's up? Low Wave, what's up? 8th Life, what's up? G Life Music, Rock, what's up? Ease, never seen you before, welcome. KP Bot, Risey, Kane M Beats, Dat Boy DJ, what's up? Too Sharp Terry, Mike Beats, a lot of homies in the chat today. Welcome back, guys. So before we get into anything, we have to give you a memo every week, and this one is really close to home for the BeatStars family. So, BeatStars has always taken a stand against racial and ethnic injustice, and it's no different for the folks of Palestine. So it's time we help drive the conversation, spread awareness, and encourage our community to fight for and stand by the people of Palestine. BeatStars is a company whose heart is that of its global community of creators, and your fight is our fight always. Please join the BeatStars community as we dedicate this week to Free Palestine and the Free Palestine movement. You can follow along on socials at BeatStars to stay updated, and please join us for our open community space this afternoon, 3 p.m. Eastern, where we'll be hearing from Abe, who's the CEO of BeatStars and the BeatStars family. To learn more, please visit www.beatstars.world/free Palestine. Let me just make sure that you guys get this link up here. So if you didn't see, Abe penned a really beautiful letter. As some of you may know, he is Palestinian, and he has family at home right now who are going through unspeakable things. So please, if you need that open space, make sure to join us this Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Follow that link so that you can learn more. Come talk to Abe and some of our team. Whew, it's always heavy. Cloud9 says that he plans on adding some of the Palestine nonprofits into his Beats for Love beats, and I appreciate that. And if you guys don't know what Beats for Love is, please make sure you're looking into that through BeatStars. I do believe you could access that through beatstars.world, but basically you can choose to donate a portion of your sales to a charity of your choice. You could tag it to the track, and I think that that's a beautiful offering. Thank you so much for doing so. Welcome back to The Deal. I'm Tia. I am the Music Opportunities Manager here at BeatStars. If you're new to the show, we are highlighting our BeatStars publishing roster. BeatStars is a publishing partnership between Sony Music Publishing, who are the #1 global music publisher in the world. If you're interested in finding out more information, including how you can sign up for BeatStars Publishing, you can head over to beatstars.com/publishing. And don't forget to follow at BeatStars Publishing for more free industry game and to get better acquainted with some of our talented producers on our roster. This week, we're hanging out with VonLion. He's waiting in the queue here, so he'll be hanging out with us. But if you want to rewatch this interview, you can check it out later alongside all of our past shows and BeatStars content, including tutorials on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/official BeatStars. So without further ado, we're gonna bring in the man of the hour. Hello, everybody say hello to VonLion.
How is everyone doing?
Claps in the chat, all of that. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Let the people know where you are, because I know it's pretty late where you are right now. So thank you for.
Yeah, it's very late. It's like we're 6 hours ahead of you guys, I think. So I'm in Sweden right now, so it's late evening.
Mm-hmm.
Sun is about to go down.
Yeah, it's like 9 o'clock there, right?
Yeah, correct.
It's pretty late, so thank you for your dedication.
No problem.
Tell us a little bit about what kind of music you make, and maybe you could, as we start every show, start with how you got started in the music industry or as a producer.
It started like 6 to 7 years ago, about 7 years. I was in high school, you could say. We don't really have the same type of school, but it's very similar to high school. And I was with computers and stuff. I've always been good with computers. So I was like, maybe I can program music too, because I saw the math behind it. And I was like, it works. Like I understand this. So I went from working on computers to making music instead. And then I just poured my all day and soul into it for like 6-7 years, and here we are. And yeah, it's been great, but it's been some ups and downs, but that's basically how I started out. But also because I saw one of my friends, we got computers at our school when we were like in 7th, 6th grade, and he remade an Eminem beat, and I was like, wow, if someone in my class lives in my town can remake a beat Eminem made, like, or someone made for Eminem, but like I can do that too. So just started from there. Yeah,
I love that that was your point of inspiration. I have so many things that I want to touch on, but I guess
yeah,
because you said highs and lows, and that's something we really like to hear about here because obviously there's
yeah.
no linear careers that way. Well, there's
No,
are some, but those are anomalies. But it's funny that you say that you were in like sixth or seventh grade when you first started cluing into the fact that you could create music. You let me
yeah.
know that you teach kids and help them make music at a youth center, so or a
Yeah, it's
recreation.
like a youth, yeah, recreation center kind of. Yeah, I work there every Wednesday, almost every Wednesday, and we just help them make music, how to everything, just the business side too. But right now, it's mostly focused on the music part.
So how did you find yourself teaching? Like what led you to say I'm going to do this once a week?
Because I'm a genuine believer in that if you can explain something to someone else very simply and they can understand it, it just shows that you want that me or the person showing it understands it clearly. Um, so yeah, so if they can, yeah, how I got into teaching, yeah, it was basically like because I know that as you're learning something, if you can teach that to others, it shows, like I said, that you know it. Uh, so it helps me to gain new knowledge because I get a new viewpoint from how I see and how I learn about music. So I've learned so much by just teaching other people music. So even if you're not the best at what you're doing, if you can teach someone something, that's worth something. So I saw that they had a studio at this youth recreational center, and I just called there and said, "Hey, do you have someone to teach these kids how to use this equipment and the studio and everything? And what should they do? Because they're gonna walk there just like me and be, what should I do?"
Right.
So I just said that I can be the one to show them the way. So and they agreed to it. We talked, and
I think that's so beautiful, and I think that's awesome,
uh,
especially when the return for you is learning more about music. I guess it also
yeah.
helps you switch how you communicate and hold on to different communication styles because obviously every kid needs different levels of attention or support.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so what do you think has been the most rewarding piece of that? Like, do you have any really cool stories of maybe a kid creating something that you weren't expecting or anything like that?
They definitely surprise me. Yeah, they do. They get better and better all the time, and it's just really fun to see them get better and better. What did you say? If great experiences.
Has any, yeah, what's been the most rewarding, or have any of the kids made anything that has been mind blowing to you?
I think the most rewarding thing is when I see in their eyes that they realize that they can do it. Because first they're like, I can't do it. Why would I do it? Or like, who am I? Like they think like that. But when when you see that switch, I think that is the most rewarding thing because you unlocked something within them that they didn't even know that they had within them. So
I think one thing that's fair to say for most people is that the opportunity to just figure out how to start or where to start sometimes is the hardest part of it. So you're helping them jump that hurdle super early, which is dope.
oh yeah, I wish I had someone like me when I was starting out. That would have helped a ton. I probably saved these guys years. So hopefully they'll do something with it.
When you started creating, what were some of the things that you started looking into to teach yourself?
Hmm. First, I was like, I need to know music theory because I need to understand how instrumentations work and synthesizers. I mean, I kind of knew about synthesizers since school and stuff because that's what basically what I was doing, sine waves and stuff. So I knew how it worked. But uh, sorry, what did you say again?
What were some of the things that you first learned while you were teaching?
Yeah.
So you said music theory.
Yeah, first music theory, and then like I figured out that I need to learn how to play piano and stuff. But then I figured out I didn't need to know how to play piano because I can just click in sounds and stuff with my mouse, and then it just, uh, yeah, I don't know, something like that.
So you started mostly with the actual creation of
Yeah, like with the creation, yeah,
yeah.
just recording sounds, experimenting was my biggest way forward, biggest way, just doing everything. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just doing for 2 years straight, not knowing what I was doing.
So did you find yourself mostly just like clicking around, or were you referring to any tutorials or any books or anything like that?
No, I mean, I just mostly went and I shout out to Busy Work Beats, but I watched a lot of his tutorials. And even though I use Logic myself. So even though they're not for Logic, you can basically like translate what he's doing into another DAW. So that's just what I did. I just watched a shit ton of videos on the internet, and I teach myself basically.
I think that's super dope and a really great practice and something to take on. Hey y'all, be respectful in the chat. I'm not playing with you. You will get kicked out today. Um,
Yeah, and then I went on to like just some educations, but I noticed that I didn't really need the education because YouTube gave me what I needed. These things that you get to know from YouTube are free.
mhm.
I paid for courses for mixing, and I ended up going there knowing 80% of everything that was in there. So I just learned a few tricks here and there, but so I grew mostly from that too. But realizing that YouTube is powerful.
Yeah, YouTube University. That's one of our favorite places here at the deal.
Oh
I
yeah,
think even myself, and I say this all the time, like I paid thousands of dollars to go to school to learn things that you really can only do or learn by actually doing them.
oh
Um,
yeah,
so being resourceful and using the tools you have to teach yourself things and asking questions is a major key. Um, so let's talk about some of the artists that you love. I know that you said some of your earlier influences were from Mac Miller.
yeah.
So do you remember the first Mac song that you heard?
Oh, I don't remember specifically which song it was, but I am sure it was either Nike's on My Feet or Best Day Ever or something like that. But it was some other songs too. It was from the Kids album that he made or mixtape.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was some songs from the Kids mixtape, and he kind of introduced me to hip hop. I was very heavy into techno, hardstyle, trance, music like that, and just transitioned straight from that to Mac Miller, and I just fell in love with it, and I realized that I can make music too if I want to.
Wow, I think that's a very like stark contrast as far as like styles go.
Oh yeah.
When you're falling in love with hip hop, but you have a history of loving techno, how are you able to blend those things, or do you blend those things today when you're creating?
No, not really, but
No,
I like listening to it though. But I just create hip hop trap nowadays. Yeah.
got you. And then you said some of your biggest influences today are Don Toliver, Travis Scott, Juice World, and Russ. So, what is it
Yeah.
about these particular artists um, that you love?
The first three, Juice World and everyone. Uh, I love their style, their way of just carrying their brand and everything. And I love Don Toliver's voice. I think he has a very unique voice that I think is very underrated. And he seems to kill every song he's featured on like
Mhm.
that. So that's a big inspiration. But then Russ, I think more about the mindset. Like the mindset that he has is very inspiring, and just how he cannot be tackled by everything. He just keeps going no matter what.
I think something I guess from less from a technical standpoint. Well, I guess it's still kind of technical in a way, but I think all of the artists that you had mentioned being influences, Mac, Don, Juice World, Travis, Russ, all of those guys are like performers. Like
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
if they get on the stage, people are rocking with them 100%. Um, so I think there's something to be said there. They're all kind of superstars in their own right.
They
Um,
are. Yeah.
I guess we could talk about some of the artists that you work with because you have a pretty cool like uh, list of production credits by some artists that I guess are independent or newer, but they have a huge
Yeah.
following. So maybe we could start with, is the artist name Present?
Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. Present. Yeah.
So how did you have a couple tracks with him, and he's got millions of streams on Spotify. He's got over 300,000 listeners on Spotify as well. How did you link up with him, and how were you able to lock in so many tracks?
Mm, I think it started with him reaching out to me.
Wow.
because he wanted to make a song on one of my more popular beats, and we kept talking from there, and just then we quickly kind of quickly followed up with another song,
Mm.
and then those songs, they kind of went on to do their own thing, and then very recently we released a song named Lambo Crazy, which I love. It's a really good song. Yeah. So he has reached out, and we just kept working.
So, what is it about who he is as an artist that makes you be like, all right, cool, like let's continue this relationship?
Because I see that he has a specific style. I feel like he knows what he wants and where he wants to go. So he has it. I get the feeling that he has a very thought out plan of what he wants to do, and I like the way his songs looked, and it really looked like he was gearing up for making something bigger, just releasing songs. He was very, um, how do you say this word? Like you do a lot. What's the word?
Oh, I know exactly what it is, but it's not
uh,
me. But I know what you're
he
talking.
was grinding. It looks like he was grinding hard. So I was like, yeah, I definitely want to be around people that grind very hard. So
Yeah, he was. He's working on himself basically.
yeah, it's working. Yeah,
Yeah,
and I don't see that in a lot of people, because they might reach out, they might make a song here or there, but they don't really go that hard. They kind of just wait, sit around and wait. Like, what are
yeah.
you waiting for? Like, go take it.
I imagine being a producer, and you guys often lead the charge as far as what a song is going to sound like or the energy that it's going to come out. So I imagine a lot of the time you guys have to wait on artists to make up their minds and what they see for themselves. So
Well,
so working with artists who know what they want and have a plan, like few and far between. Some are working on it still, but
yeah.
I'm happy you found somebody that's able to do that. With that being said, how did you link up with BeatStars? What made you want to sign with BeatStars Publishing?
What made me want to sign with BeatStars Publishing was that uh, I'm also in this collective called Katana Worldwide, and a lot of the other producers in there, they're also signed by BeatStars. So it felt good that we were all gonna be under the same roof. And I saw that they were getting the help they needed, and they're doing good, and I was like, I want to be a part of it. I want to build with them. So I think that was the biggest reason. No, like the biggest reason, yeah, that like to have BeatStars in your back, like I trust them with everything. Like it's just the trust, like the trust, I think made me sign, that I feel very secure with BeatStars.
I love that you say that. I mean, you guys in the chat know that we're a champion of you guys, and want to make sure that the stuff that you guys put out is protected and pushed
Yeah.
to the world properly. So we're happy to have you. Talk about your collective a little bit. Who's all in the collective, and what made you want to work with a group?
Yeah, it was actually my friend MB that we shout outed earlier. He actually knows the guy who created it. So we became better and better friends. And then they asked me one day if I wanted to join, and I said, sure. You look like you guys also have a plan forward, so I'll jump on it. And since then, we've just been chatting out. We've been planning meetups and stuff because we live so far away from each other. But we'll see when that works out. During COVID times and stuff, it's pretty hard. But one day, and yeah, the members we had,
Yeah,
it's like Dani Katana, Varela Katana. Where do we have everyone? Wick. Who do we have? Some more. God say. I
yeah.
think we're like seven
I've mentioned
total.
Donnie before. Those guys are so funny. I love talking to them.
They are, yeah. I've seen Donny a few times here. Maybe not on the deal, maybe once on the deal.
Mhm.
But yeah, Donny is great. Donny is great.
How has COVID? How have you been able to navigate through COVID and keep working and connecting? How have you found that experience for yourself, being kind of on the other side of the world from a lot of things?
It can feel very distant, like everything is just happening on the other side of the puddle. But yeah, I think COVID actually helped out with BeatStars, with just the online community, because everybody went online only a very few people were like left in the real world. Everybody went online when COVID came. So I
Right.
think we all benefited from it because the community grew, everything grew around it. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it's forced a lot of entryways for some folks who would have otherwise not had that opportunity, just because
Yeah.
everyone literally has to look at their computer screen to find exactly what it is that they're looking for. So I think that's
Oh yeah.
dope. You also mentioned, so I guess you've said this twice now, as far as like being in your collective and also working with Present. Um, you like people who have plans and who are organized. So I want to know from
Yeah, like
you, how do you organize yourself, and how do you stay on top of things? Like, what does your day to day look like, or your schedule?
yeah. I mean, I'm not perfect. Some days are horrible, but what I tend to do is I have this big like whiteboard up here that you can't see, but I just write like a daily schedule thing sometimes, and I just write out things I need to get done, and then I just check them off one by one. So that's like what helped me a lot. Just start writing stuff down instead of just having everything in my head, because it started to feel so messy eventually with beat uploads and just everything that's going on. So it helped me to like organize everything by just writing stuff down. So kind of had to come back to like writing stuff down manually on a pen,
Yeah,
but it helped me a lot.
I I always open a note on my phone and I write something down in the
Mm.
note and I never look at it again. I think like I have to put pen to paper, otherwise
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
let's talk about how you make the site work for you. How are you able to utilize BeatStars, and maybe you can share some of the tips and tricks that you have for growing a following or whatever.
Yeah, some tips like that. Yeah. I mean, definitely being consistent is something that is very hard, but it's it's the core, it's the milk and butter, like consistency, I guess. Because when I see the most growth is when I'm the most consistent and when I'm the most active. So I guess I should be even better making some videos on the Instagram, for example, but I never get to the point. But yeah, I just like staying consistent, I think, because people are always looking for this one secret, but I don't feel like there is a secret. I've been looking for a long time and there is no, just consistency. So I think that's the key part. And as well staying organized, like writing stuff down, memos, stuff like that. Even if you don't look at them again, it's good that you write them down. You have them there. Your mind can just let go and focus on the next thing. Um, and I think just don't not. I mean, for me, I'm like I'm so far out from everyone. Just trying to reach out locally can really improve your skill. So when you get that big thing, you will have the knowledge and the skills to like do these bigger things. Yeah, some and just trying new stuff, like and taking breaks. Down,
Mhm.
take breaks. Super important.
Yes, absolutely. Do not burn yourself out. So you have over 200,000 plays on your profile. So how did you go from 0 to 200,000? Or what are some things? I know you said consistency, but what are some things that are embedded in consistency that you think work for you as part of your process? Is it how you name your beats? Is it how you tag them? Upload times? What is it for you?
I mean, I use these apps that kind of show you, or I'm pretty sure YouTube even has something where they show you where when to post or when your followers are the most active and stuff. I think that helped out a lot with post times and stuff because I live in Sweden, so it's like 6 hours ahead. So I have to compensate for that because the majority of my audience is in the US, so I have to like play by the US time, kind of.
Right.
Uh, but yeah, and what was the other thing you said?
I was just wondering if there's any specific thing that you do with naming conventions or even any
Oh yeah,
specific
naming.
marketing that you've done.
Yeah, I mean, I always post on Instagram, post on YouTube at the same time, post the same times, and I try to post beats every week. But what else? Like, I mean, just I don't really know anything specific like that. But
How many beats a week are you uploading?
now it's been very low because we've been moving, new house and everything, so it's been very stressful. But I try to at least keep 3 beats every week. That's my goal, and I don't beat myself up for not meeting them, but at least I make beats. So yeah.
Are you making beats with any specific artists in mind, or are you trying to hop into any specific trends, or do you just put something together and then decide what kind of type beat it should be tagged under after?
Um, very no, I think I just started making music, and I make the stuff I like, and if I feel like it fits some kind of artist, I'll upload it. But usually I go with like Don Toliver, Juice World type of beats, so it's really easy to like label them. But I guess yeah, I think pictures helps a lot. Like I've noticed that like with some type of pictures they work, so others don't. So like yeah, naming, I don't know how much of a impact it has, but it feels like it has some kind of impact at least. So I guess the branding.
Yeah, I think the one thing that I will say from my perspective, as far as naming conventions go, is for when it comes to things like playlisting, especially those who are submitting to playlist opportunities, it makes it a lot easier to filter through for what we're looking for when we could really search the name or the genre that we're trying to playlist for.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and that's how we find a lot of your guys' tracks out there is just by looking up specific names, um, and going through the genre filters. So um, if anybody needed that as a tip, I hope that works for you. But I always make the joke about making sure you're tagging the appropriate artist, because some people just want to
Yeah.
in the search, and I may be looking for a very specific type of pop beat, but then you've gone and tagged every single rapper under the sun, and it's, it's just
Yeah, it's really hard. Yeah. No, I tend to just tag the ones I need and just move on like that. Keeping
yeah.
it simple. Always fill in your metadata.
Metadata is a major key. Um, we talked earlier about highs and lows, as far as a career goes. So I would love to hear about some of those. Um, I don't want to make you reminisce on things that may have been difficult, but
Yeah.
if you have a specific low moment that you were able to teach yourself something or learn something. Maybe you can share that, and then we'll jump into one of your favorite or higher moments.
Hmm. Oh, it's so hard to remember right now, like on the spot, but uh, I think like sometime when I think when I was making the most music or trying my hardest to become a producer, and it felt like no one around me really like cared about it, or like they were like, "Oh yeah, you're just flunking on your piano all day." Like I don't know, it just felt really bad at the moment, and just I felt like I almost wanted to quit because of everything. It just the stuff wasn't working out, wasn't really seeing the money. Like I wasn't even seeing like any people or like anything like
Mhm.
it felt like a really low moment, but I guess that's kind of how it is for everyone that starts out. But I can't really think of any specific super low points that I've had, but it's more this everyday struggle that I always feel like I'm in the middle of things. I never feel like anything is finished, because as soon as I'm finished with one thing, it's always on to the next thing, because there's always 10 other things going on at the same time, and you're waiting for these bigger things to happen, and it's just on the day-to-day grind. Like I think yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that kind of ties into you saying that, it's important to take breaks. So at what point in all of the experiences, like what does taking a break look like for you?
Taking a break for me, being out in nature helped me a lot, because I was locked in my box for like so many years just trying to make music. 'Cause I was just locked in, so I kind of lost touch with nature in that way. So now we live out on the countryside, so I get to be in the nature a lot more. So a normal break, like a normal break for me, it's not that long. It's more like I need to just hear some other types of sounds for just a few moments, just get some fresh air, just move my body a little bit, and then just come back to it. Because when I can't really remember what I just made in the studio, that's when I know like okay, I'm gonna go back, because now my hearing is like reset to like this newly fresh state in a way. So that's
Yeah.
usually what a break for me looks like.
Yeah, I love that. I think being outside, like I literally, I obviously love my job, but I cannot wait until I can like go for a walk at the end of the day or in the morning and stuff like that, just to have that time to reset and relax and not be in
Oh,
front of
yeah.
the computer. You know, and I think it's really important that everyone go get some air and get out, like you said,
Oh
get
yeah.
out of your box.
Drink your water. Very
Drink
important.
water, make sure you're eating a meal, and if you can't have a meal
Oh
and
yeah.
put something into your body, you know, little things like that. Let's talk about your high moments then. So what has been the most rewarding moment for you thus far in your career?
The highest moment, I think. I mean, kind of like a nice thing that happened very like out of the blue was this collaboration with Ross Wish, the CEO of Who Entertainment. That came out of nowhere, and I felt like that was crazy. Like such a big person that lives on the other side of the world, like rapped on my beats, and it was really crazy. Um, so I think that was like and like when these songs with Preston started popping off very recently. So I think this is like the biggest moment. This is the biggest moment right now, kind of.
Wow, you're living in it.
Yeah, just living it. Yeah.
I love that your present is fruitful.
Try to
And
be as present.
pardon?
Try to be as present as I can.
Yeah,
Every time.
absolutely. Just enjoy it and bask in it, and more will come, obviously, because you're working every single day.
Yeah.
Um, do you have any advice for producers? What, like, maybe one thing you wish you knew?
One thing I wish I knew. One thing I wish I knew. Wow. I always like to think very deeply about stuff like this, but I'm gonna try to be quick. But
You're good.
like a great tip that I wish I knew. That like it's not a tip, it's more like a mindset. Like how this perfectionist thing, like it has to be perfect. I think if someone just really, really told me that like it doesn't exist, like there's nothing that's perfect in a way, but like just go, like don't think, like that is, I think that's the most powerful. But it's so easy to say, but it's so hard to do. But it's definitely the best advice I can give. Just think less, do more, because you will get more out of that than all the thinking in the world can do for you. So
There you have it. I guess it kind of folds into the notion of not second guessing yourself and just
yeah.
keep pushing. Don't get stuck on anything. Yeah, Bufo said, don't sit for too long, move around to avoid back and sciatica problems. Trust me, it's got me all messed up. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, don't sit for too long. I sit very badly. It's a stretch.
Make sure you guys are getting those ergonomic chairs. Use some of your beat sales to purchase things that can support your physical and mental health. Ergonomic mouse, ergonomic chairs, all that. Take care of yourself, guys. Well, I guess now is a good time to jump into some of your music. Maybe before that, you can let us know if there's anything you can share without giving too much away. If you have any like cool projects coming up or anything coming down the line for you soon.
What can I mention? It's pretty.
Oh, can't say anything yet? Okay.
Now I'm a little bit scared to do it right now. So, but
Don't do
things will be coming. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
So basically, just stay tuned is what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got your beats up here. Is there one that you would like to start with?
Hey, we can start with the righteous beat. That's the beat that Present released Lambo Crazy with.
Okay, so let's do it, guys. As you guys know in the chat, thank you, Low Wave, for leading the charge as per usual. Sure you guys are rating the track out of 5 emojis, whichever you prefer, but we've also got a little Tim Boot emoji, which is my personal favorite. And let us know which artists you can hear on these beats. Obviously, there's already an artist on this beat, but you know,
Yeah.
if it were anyone else. All right, let's go. I usually run 1 minute, but it's exciting when I have only one person on the show because then I could do more tracks. But you got a lot of really great ratings in the chat so far. So we got
Thank you.
5 from Jelmer, 5 Tim Boot emojis from Jelmer Beats, 5 flame emojis from Bufo, Rock said vibes, 4 from T-shirt Terry, 4 flame emojis from Sariana Rose. Sorry if I said your name wrong. Young Pro said he heard or they hear Roddy Rich on it.
Most definitely, yes. Roddy Rich would go crazy on this.
Cloud9 says it's a I don't give up type beat. So
Oh yeah.
perfect. All right, what's the next one you wanna go with?
We could go by Behavior. It's my most recent beat that I made and uploaded, and I made it with a couple of friends. The sun was shining. It was just this magical moment where the music just wow. So it's my best beat to date, I think. It's very simple,
You
but it
set
hits.
that one up for greatness. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoa. Well, you set that one up for a win. Young Pro said Russ can kill this. Cloud9
Oh, yeah.
said Beach Life Condo type beats. Summer Beat said I can feel the sun in this beat, and Sariana Rose said this is a vibe. I'm picturing myself on the beach listening to this one. And Two Sharks already just dropped 4 Tim Boot emotes in the chat, so you're getting a lot of love today. I think you're creating a really nice vibe. Pretty dope.
Thank you.
What's your next pick gonna be?
Summer Quarantine is one of my older beats. It's not too old, but it's one of the older ones, and I like this one a lot. I felt like this was the #1 biggest beat that I made. I was like, damn, this is gonna blow up. But nothing happened. I was so depressed. That's one of my low points. That's where it was. When I realized that not everyone has my taste. No, but it was a great beat, but it was fun to make. It was really fun. And I was so proud of it when I made it.
Well, I feel like you should still be proud of it regardless, because
Yeah, I mean, I am still, but yeah.
Yeah. Put a little marketing dollars behind it, you'll be just fine.
Oh, yes.
All right, let's listen. That was a lot of fun. Cloud9 said you can really hear how much fun he had making this, and you can.
I
Um,
did.
you should definitely still love it. Low Wave says this
Thank
only has 72 plays. Crazy. And gave you 5 10 emojis. Guys, go run those plays up. I hope you guys are going to go listen to this after if that's the
do
energy.
it. Do it. Do it.
We'll play a couple times.
And it was funny because one thing I do with my beats sometimes, if I can't really figure out which type of artist would go with this, is sometimes I'll just freestyle. I just turn on my microphone, just put on some auto tune, tune it to the key of the song, and then I just start trying to sound like some type of artist. Like, how would this artist sound on this beat? How would this artist sound on this beat? And kind of like not intimidate, but imitate what they do. Yeah, imitate them, and then I kind of hear what would go well with this. And I heard Juice World's, I think it was Lucid Dreams, and I kind of just lost myself there for a moment, and just I was just singing this Lucid Dreams by Juice World on this beat, and it matches so perfectly. So I was like, damn, this is definitely a Juice World type beat. So that's one way of coming up with who you should put on the type of beat, kind of.
I think that's a really creative way. And it also, maybe, who knows, maybe that'll help sharpen your skills one day as a songwriter.
It does help, and it's really fun. Sometimes I write full songs, but they never get released because like, oh, it's just a beat that I made. But yeah, someday I'll take these songs that I've made on my beats and upload them, definitely, if you want to hear them.
Absolutely. You could even start putting up hooks if you want. A lot of people sell their beats with hooks. So,
That's very true. I love writing hooks. They're the most fun.
and there you have it. You should send this to a young artist from Chicago named CT Marshmallow. He'll smash this. Trust me.
Definitely. I'll check that out. I'll save his name,
Yeah,
and thank you.
that's dope. Thanks, Google, for the suggestion. All right. What's the next one?
All right. Next song, the beat you said. We could go circles just to mix it up. This is an old school, more old school vibish type beat that I made with one of my really close friends. His name is Ugly Beats. He also made the Righteous beat that was for Present. But this circles, it's really different, Mac Millerish, and if you can hear it, it's my voice that is singing the. You're gonna hear it, the core in the background. That's my voice that I pitched up and just done crazy stuff to.
Okay, let's listen. Circles.
VonLion.
Ugly, ugly. This is nasty.
BeatStars.com. BeatStars.com. BeatStars.com.
Okay, so it looks like we got a crowd favorite here today. I need my little air.
Damn, it's always the ones you don't expect.
Right?
It's always those.
So Bufo said that this one is his favorite and dropped a bunch of flame emojis for you. Delmer Beat said for sure my fave.
Thank you.
Wave Life said, you know I'm a sucker for that Mac Miller style. This one is incredible. A bunch of wave emojis, feelings type beat. Cloud9 says it's pure ear candy. Low Wave said old school Jay-Z, Mac and Cole make some legendary-ish to this. This is fire from Low Wave. Wow. Everybody really loves Sweet. My favorite, no questions asked. And man, they got some soul out in Sweet. Wow.
Thank you. It was really funny because we came up with that. You heard the vocal like because we were sitting there, me and my friend. We were like, "There's something missing on this beat," and I just told him, "Watch this," and I just recorded it, and he looked at me so weirdly. He was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Just wait." And I put on the effects and I showed him, and his jaw just like, "Wow!" Like that. It was crazy. We were turned up in the studio when we made that.
I think I love when producers use their voices on the track because you could do so many things to it to add to a song and strengthen it. So that was probably my favorite part of the beat, but super dope. All right, we've got two more. We got 7 and Sanction, right? So which ones do you want to?
Yeah, we can go with 7. 7 is great. This one is more of more like, oh, you hear it's more like the Playboy Cardi type Lucy Vert way kind of.
And that's the highest place in this playlist. So would you say you got a lot of attention on it?
It did get a lot of attention, I guess. Yeah, I guess it did.
All right, listen.
It's very, very bouncy. Yeah.
Very bouncy. Mike Beats said this sounds like a beat that'll go viral on TikTok. Are you uploading beats through distribution so we could put them on TikTok and stuff?
Oh yeah, I definitely try to put as much music as I can on TikTok. It's definitely the future. I haven't really hopped on the trend yet and started making my own videos on there yet, but I will. But yeah, they should be on TikTok. Yes.
Yeah, another thing to add to the to-do list. Low Wave says that he's loving your catalog of music.
Thank you. There is so much more.
Bufo said I can hear this in a vlog. That's interesting. We've never discussed this, and I don't think anybody has ever said that they've reached out to YouTubers and stuff to get their music in vlogs and stuff. That might be.
I did.
You have?
I did, yeah. There's this Swedish couple of guys. Some of their friends also make music. They're in the Swedish music industry, but I know that they made vlogs and stuff, like funny orientated vlogs. Like, so I was like, hey, just use these beats if you want to. Just give me a shout out. So that's it. And they used the music and the beats. So
wow.
And they gave me credit. So
wow. Well,
it's a great way.
That could be a pretty solid come up, and especially for those who like monetize and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Come on, guys. New plays. All right. Last but not least, we have Sanction. Yes. So what's the story about this one?
So this one I felt was so different that I just, oh my god, I like it so much. It's a very different beat. It has a very different bounce to it. That's why I like it so much. It's just so different. I can't explain the vibe. You just gotta listen to it.
Okay, so that's what we're about to do. So Sanction, last beat from VonLion. Let's go.
Yes.
ugly, ugly. This is nasty. This is nasty. This is nasty. This is nasty.
Super dope. Okay, so
Thank you.
Jump Boots gave you 5, Tim Boots, 2 Sharp Terry gave you 4. Rock said, "This is smooth. You should do a collab with Levi Beats." I don't know if you know Levi, but definitely that would work. Wrapping up on a high. Love the bounce and the drums. 4 Tim Boots from Low Wave Productions. So thank you so much for sharing those tracks. What are you most looking forward to in your career now?
I feel like I've done my homework basically by now. I know my craft. I know how to make music. I've learned so much about the music industry and contracts and the business side of it. So I feel like this is what I'm looking forward to right now. Mostly is networking and just working with people, no matter what. Just working and networking right now. So this will be the year, and the next years to come will be just networking years. So I'm looking forward to just meeting and seeing new people.
I think that's great, and as we all know, that's a huge key in the music industry. It's all about people and who you know, and dividing and conquering. Are you open to collaborations? Like, if anybody here was really in love with what they heard with you today, could they hit you up to possibly collab, or how do you feel
Yeah.
about it? Yeah?
Yeah, most definitely. They can just hit me up. I have a bunch of people that I collab with sometimes, and new people that just send me stuff. And if I like it, I make something with it, and we figure out the rest later, and just keep working.
Perfect. I love that. So I've tagged VonLion's Beat Store and Instagram there. So I hope you guys are all going, hitting the follow button across all those platforms. Big up some of his work. Press play, like it, repost it if you can, or if you love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is there anywhere else that they can find you or anything else like that?
I have my own webpage, just www.vonlion.se. So Sweden, not .com, but SE.
Okay, perfect.
You can find everything there. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us and hanging out and sharing your tips. Wishing you the best luck in everything. And thank y'all for hanging out in the chat. Just a reminder again, you can join the BeatStars community as we dedicate this week to the Free Palestine movement. So you can follow us on socials at BeatStars and make sure you stay updated. And please join us for our open space for the community event this Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern, where we will be hearing from the CEO and founder of BeatStars, Abe, and the BeatStars family. So make sure you're visiting www.beatstars.world/Free Palestine. And don't forget, as you guys know, or most of you will know by now, that we have Twitter Spaces every single day at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern. So today, Sydney, my fave gal, is going to be talking to our special guest attorney, Kyle Brown, to discuss the legal side of the music industry. And you guys will hear about common red flags and misconceptions in the industry as far as, legal stuff goes. So I know a lot of you guys are always asking questions about that. So make sure to head over there and raise your hand to talk, because if you have questions, you can ask Kyle and Sydney towards the end of that conversation. I did one last week. I know some of y'all were in there So that was a lot of fun to talk to you guys. So make sure you are continuing your connection through the community through Twitter Spaces. We'll be back next Tuesday with the deal again. Shout out again to VonLion for hanging out with us.
Thank you so much.
Everybody be safe, wear your mask, wash your hands, social distance, all of that stuff. Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.